Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Will, and this is the place where we dive deep into business tips, strategies, and entrepreneurial journeys. Today's topic is super interesting and something a lot of people are curious about. Are food trucks profitable? You might think owning a restaurant is the dream, but did you know that food trucks can be just as, if not more profitable than traditional restaurants? There's a certain charm to them, a certain freedom, and let's be honest, who doesn't love a good food truck meal? If you've ever thought about starting a food truck or you're just curious about the business, stick around because I'm about to share 5 reasons why food trucks are surprisingly profitable. You'll definitely want to hear these reasons before making any decisions about entering the food business. First up on the list is lower startup costs. Now, if you've ever dreamed of starting a restaurant, you probably know that the costs can be pretty overwhelming, sometimes reaching well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have to think about leasing a location, which in a good area, let me tell you, is not cheap. Then there's the build-out, renovations, getting it up to code, making it look all fancy and inviting. It adds up. And let's not forget about the kitchen. We're talking industrial-grade ovens, fryers, refrigerators, the works. It's a massive investment before you even sell your first dish. And then, on top of all that, you've got permits, licenses, insurance. The paperwork alone can feel like a full-time job. But with a food truck, you bypass a lot of these expenses. You'll still need to invest in a truck, equipment, and permits, but it's a different ballgame. Think about it. You're not renting or renovating a whole building. You're customizing a truck, which is a much smaller space. That means less to furnish, less square footage to worry about, and a much smaller hit to your wallet. Plus, you can often find great deals on used trucks and equipment, which can save you even more money up front. And because you're mobile, you might not need as many permits and licenses as a traditional restaurant. It's all about streamlining the process and keeping those initial costs down. That makes it much easier for aspiring entrepreneurs to get their foot in the door without needing a massive loan or investment. You can start smaller, test the waters, and grow your business at your own pace. It's about minimizing the risk and maximizing the opportunity. Next up is flexibility. This is one of the biggest advantages of owning a food truck. With a traditional restaurant, you're tied to one location, which means you're reliant on people coming to you. And if that location doesn't get a lot of foot traffic, you're out of luck. You're stuck, hoping that people wander in or that your reputation alone carries the business. But a food truck? You can take it anywhere. You can hit the busy lunch spots during the week, setting up shop where you know hungry office workers are looking for a quick bite. You become a part of their routine, their go-to for a tasty midday escape. Then on the weekend you switch gears. Maybe there's a big festival in town, a concert, a farmer's market. All these events draw huge crowds, and you can be right in the middle of the action, serving up delicious food to a captive audience. And don't forget about late-night crowds. Think about the after-bar rush, the college students craving a midnight snack. You can position yourself strategically to capture that market, becoming the go-to spot for late-night eats. The ability to move where the demand is gives food truck owners the freedom to maximize their profits. You're not stuck waiting for people to come to you. You go to them. That's a huge game changer in terms of potential revenue. You're in control, you're calling the shots, and you're going where the money is. Chapter 3. Keeping costs low and profits high. The food truck advantage. Reason number 3 is lower operating costs. Now, this ties in with what we talked about earlier with startup costs, but it's worth diving into a bit deeper. Think about it. When you run a restaurant, you have to pay for a whole building. That means hefty rent or mortgage payments, property taxes, maintenance fees, it all adds up. And then there are the utilities, water, gas, electricity. Keeping the lights on and the kitchen running can be a huge expense, especially in a large space. With a food truck, you don't have those kinds of expenses. Your truck is your restaurant, and while you'll have some maintenance and fuel costs, they pale in comparison to maintaining a whole building. Plus, you're not paying for things like landscaping, snow removal, or common area upkeep. You also don't need a large staff. Most food trucks operate with just a couple of people, maybe even just the owner and one helper. This keeps labor costs low, which is a major factor in overall profitability. You're not managing a whole team of servers, cooks, dishwashers. It's a lean operation, which means more money in your pocket. And the smaller space means you use less energy, making it easier to manage day-to-day expenses. You're not powering a massive dining room or multiple walk-in refrigerators. It's all about efficiency and keeping those overhead costs down. All in all, the lower overhead costs translate directly into higher profit margins. You're keeping more of what you earn, which is the name of the game in any business, but especially in the competitive food industry. Chapter 4, Your Food Truck, the Ultimate Marketing Machine. Now let's talk about marketing, because reason number 4 is all about how much easier it is to market and brand a food truck compared to a traditional restaurant. Think about it, your food truck is like a rolling advertisement. Every time you park in a new spot, your colorful, well-branded truck grabs people's attention. It's like a billboard on wheels, showcasing your logo, your menu, your whole vibe. People walking by can't help but stop and look, and that's free advertising right there. The design of your truck alone can be a huge selling point. People will want to come over just to see what you're all about. It's like a walking, talking representation of your brand, and it creates a sense of curiosity and excitement. And in today's world, we can't forget the power of social media. Food trucks often have a huge advantage here because they can easily build a following on platforms like Instagram and Twitter. You can share your location for the day, letting people know exactly where to find you. Post photos of your menu, those mouth-watering shots that make people's stomachs rumble. And most importantly, engage with your customers directly. Respond to comments, answer questions, run contests. Build that online community around your brand. This kind of interaction builds loyalty and brings people back for more. It's about creating a personal connection, showing your customers that you're not just a faceless business. And let's be real, if your food looks good enough, people are going to post about it online, doing your marketing for you. That's the beauty of social media, it's word of mouth on steroids. A single post from a happy customer can reach thousands of potential new diners, and that kind of organic reach is priceless. Chapter 5, Adapting to the Market, the food truck's secret weapon. And finally, reason number 5, the ability to test and adapt quickly. One of the greatest things about owning a food truck is that you can be flexible with your menu. Unlike a restaurant that has to commit to a set menu, printing out hundreds of copies, food trucks can easily test out new items. If something isn't selling well, you can remove it from the menu with little to no hassle. No need to reprint menus, no wasted ingredients. You can adjust on the fly, responding to customer demand in real time. Not only that, but because you're serving directly to customers and can interact with them more easily, you get immediate feedback. You can see the looks on their faces when they take that first bite. You can chat with them while they're waiting in line, getting a feel for what they're craving. You can try new dishes, gauge the reactions, and adapt your offerings to fit customer demand quickly. Maybe you start with a classic burger and fries menu, but then you notice a lot of people asking for vegetarian options. No problem. You whip up a killer veggie burger, test it out as a special, and if it's a hit, boom, it's on the menu. This makes it much easier to stay relevant and profitable in the ever-changing food industry. You're not bound by tradition or stuck with a menu that's out of touch with current trends. You're agile, you're adaptable, and you're always evolving to meet the needs of your customers. Take the leap, your food truck adventure awaits. So there you have it. 5 reasons why food trucks are surprisingly profitable. Whether it's the lower startup and operating costs, the flexibility of being mobile, or the ability to test your menu on the fly, food trucks offer a unique opportunity for aspiring entrepreneurs to build a profitable business. You're not bogged down by the same risks and expenses that come with traditional restaurants. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on entrepreneurship and business growth. I post videos like this every week, so hit that notification bell to make sure you never miss a new upload. Have any questions about running a food truck or thoughts on the food truck industry? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep hustling, keep dreaming big, and remember, your food business can go wherever you want it to.